How's it going, guys? This is my first video here on the Kiwi MMA channel. Please consider subscribing or liking the video, or even both if you enjoy this one. Got a UFC Fight Night Louisville breakdown, Cannonier vs Imavov headlining. Apologies for the mic quality, might not be the hottest, but we'll get going. So first, Cannonier vs Imavov. I really do like Cannonier in this spot. Great win against Marvin Vettori last time out. Good win against Sean Strickland. Whether it was controversial or not, still a really good performance. Loss against Israel Adesanya is tough, but many people have lost to him. And then Brunson and Gastelum also good wins. So then if you look on the other hand at Imavov's, Dolidze, the win against Dolidze doesn't do a lot for me, to be honest. I'm not a huge fan, although got him ranked number 7, so I don't know. No contest against Chris Curtis. I'll probably breeze over that a bit. It's a bit tough to break that one down. And then lost to Sean Strickland, no harm in that. And wins against Buckley, who's now welterweight, and Shabazian. So overall, obviously, Imavov's got a fairly sizable height advantage, quite a tall middleweight, but the reach does lie with Cannonier. So I like Cannonier to box here, show his determination, show the fire that he showed against Vettori, pieced him up. 4-1 is a great strength of schedule for Cannonier, considering the competition there, strength of competition. And as I spoke on Imavov, so yeah, it's a close line, I believe. I think Cannonier is actually the slight dog, but I'm going to go for Cannonier by decision, and I think it probably will be unanimous. Maybe like 48-47, maybe a 49-46. I think it's going to be a close fight, but I do think Cannonier will outpoint him, outdamage him, however you see it. Alright, moving on to Reyes versus Jacoby. I think it's a really tough one to back Reyes here. I believe that Jacoby beat Khalil Roundtree. I'm watching that. Also, the Alonzo Menifield loss was tough, considering he didn't win the fight because he didn't win, but I thought he was winning apart from the knockdowns of Menifield, which was just the lack of power from Jacoby, which I don't think will be a problem here against Reyes. I like Jacoby as a kickboxer, to be honest. I'm a fairly large fan of him. Obviously, Reyes has been on that 3-fight skid since the loss to John Jones in the title fight. So I've got Jacoby by knockout or TKO, depends. I don't really have a pick between them. And then I think it'll happen around 3. I think he'll break him down across the distance, and I think he'll beat him. And then Rosas Jr. versus Tercios. Obviously, Rosas Jr., prospect, 19 years old, came in hot against Jay Perrin, and then he lost to Christian Rodriguez, believe that was by decision, and then came back with a quick win over Terrence Mitchell. I do rate Tercios, but I think Rosas Jr. is going to have a wee bit too much fire here. Tercios is a fun fighter, but I think Rosas will find the back, probably in like a clinch situation, and find the rear naked choke. Raul Rosas Jr. is favoured here, and I think maybe slightly more than he should be due to the popularity. But I've got Rosas Jr. by round 1 submission. I'm going to say rear naked choke. Let's get specific. Here we got Bruno Ferreira versus Dustin Stoltzfus. I like Bruno here. I think Stoltzfus has a win over Soriano, Grant. Those losses are tough, man. I do just think Bruno. I was super impressed by that Bruno Ferreira win over Gregory Rodriguez, RoboCop. One over Phil Hawes is solid. Obviously got that loss to Ruzabayev. But I just don't think Ferreira is going to be scared of Stoltzfus, which is not going to be the same. And by the other way, overall, I think the dynamic of the fight is going to rely on Ferreira's more power. Stoltzfus seems to be up and down as of late. Record shows that. I like the early finish here for Ferreira, so I'm going to go Ferreira knockout in the first round. Moving on, Julian Marquez versus Zachary Reese. This is a tough one to call, because Marquez definitely has the UFC experience, although the last two losses over Marc-Andre Barriault and Gregory Rodriguez, both coming by knockouts. That's tough. Reese has the physical advantage. Obviously, the height, reach, and leg reach. He's got longer. He has a 6-1. Why do you call him a prospect? I guess he's a prospect. That one loss against Cody Brundage was his UFC debut, I believe, after coming off the Contender Series, I think it was, against Aronov. But that loss against Brundage was tough. Slam KO. You're not going to call it unlucky because, I mean, there's skill in MMA, right? But that was unlucky. Yeah, I kind of was thinking Marquez here. That was my early thoughts, but based on the back-to-back KOs, I've got to go Reese, who has shown to be a finisher before coming into UFC. Higher finishing potential, definitely on the Reese side. I think he's going to get his iron in the first round, and that's going to go for a Zachary Reese knockout in the second round. Right, final fight of the main card, Miguel Baeza versus Punahele Soriano. Soriano coming down from middleweight. I don't like that move, to be honest. Stoltzfus, Kopylov, last 2 fights. Yeah, tough. I think being an unranked middleweight coming down to welterweight is kind of tough because the welterweight division overall is a lot more skilled. There's a lot more technical detail in it. And I do like Baeza here. I'll just get to the point. Coming off 3 losses, I mean, Fiallo, Chaos Williams, and Ponzinibbio, all decent fighters, win against Sato and Matt Brown. I mean, he's got, once again, I'll say again, he's got the physical advantages. They're the same age. I think he's got it in the bag, Baeza. Soriano losing to middleweights and moving down, I don't think that's the answer. He has lost to some decent competition, but I think Baeza will do enough to outskill him here. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, Baeza's the favourite. And that's because he's got the highest skill level, I think. So overall, go Baeza by unanimous decision. I believe he'll just outpoint him, outskill him. Yeah. So moving on to the prelims, won't be quite as drawn out. Opening up with Thiago Moises versus Ludovic Klein. I like Moises here. I think Moises by decision. I'm a big fan of him. I think he can control him. Yeah, not much more to say there. I think Moises is the dog, which I'm surprised at. I like the value on that one. But yeah, next, Radke versus Prates. I'm pretty confident in this one. Well, I'm confident in the Prates pick. I'm not sure about the knockout, but I'm confident in the pick because I've watched Charles Radke versus Blood Diamond. I think there should be enough said. Blood Diamond, love him to bits, but I don't think he's UFC level right now. He showed it. Obviously, he got cut. But yeah, Prates has looked dangerous in his fights, and I think he's an understandable favourite, so I'm going to go with Prates by knockout. Andrea Lee, Montana De La Rosa. I'm going to go with Andrea Lee by decision here. I like Lee. I've watched a couple of her fights. Her close fight with Barber, split decision it was. That's aged beautifully. I can probably see this going the distance, so I'll go Andrea Lee by decision. I think she's got the skills to do it. Next up, Brad Katona versus Jesse Butler. I got Katona by decision. Don't think Katona's really got the finishing power. I can see this be a bit of a takedown fest from Katona, to be honest. I mean, this could be rough, but I feel like Butler's possibly only in the UFC because he filled in against Jim Miller up at lightweight. This fight's at bantamweight. Worth mentioning, Butler does have physical advantages over Katona in terms of height and reach. Katona's got quite short arms, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on the figures, but they're low. They're not great. But I think Katona has a skill and heart to beat him over the distance. Katona's a huge favourite as well. I think that's definitely deserved. Castaneda versus Marcos. I mean, I can't lie, I don't know a hell of a lot about either of them. I'm going to go with the undefeated favourite, though. I feel like that's pretty safe, but I'll just go Marcos by decision, I think. Next fight, Mora versus Gomez. I'm going to go Gomez. I don't really know a lot about these two either. I know that Gomez is the underdog, and I'll just go to vibe here. I'm just picking Gomez, so I'm sorry. Don't have a lot to say there. Here, Lapilus. I know Lapilus has, I think, only one loss on his record, and that's against Basharat, one of the Basharat brothers. Nothing to be ashamed of. He's 1-1 in the UFC. I think Stamen does have a bit more UFC experience, so that could be that really could be telling, but I think Lapilus has got this in the bag. He's the favourite, and I'm just going to go with Lapilus. I like him in this spot. This next one, Rayan Dos Santos versus Puja Tomar. I honestly didn't know either of these before I saw this card. I've just kind of gone boring with the favourite by decision here. Women's MMA favourite by decision is fairly safe as a pick. Yeah, so my overall thoughts on the card. I think those top three fights of Rosas Jr. Tercios, Reyes, Jacoby, and obviously the main event of Cannonier Imavov could be fun. I mean, there's of course potential for fun elsewhere as well, but I think those three would be definitely worth tuning in for. I wouldn't necessarily cancel your plans to watch this card, but yeah, if you've got nothing to do, watch the whole card, go ahead. But yeah, I'll definitely be tuning in. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Hope you enjoy. Drop a comment below if you've got anything to say, or like and subscribe. Thank you.